on bank in the basement. We're going to stop their plant from going off. I set up these 6 on this side. I set up 1 over here behind this chair. As you can see, it makes those beams, but the chair blocks the beams. And you have this wall, you have this little hole here. As you probably already know, I'm going to shoot that chair. The beams are going to go across the prism, and it'll do enough damage to get a kill. There you go. Shoot the chair. When you hear them planting, the beams go across and the planter gets killed. I think if you're heavy, you won't die from it. Yeah, so I think the best way to do the cheese tactics with Denari is to put them up where the diffuser is going to go down, just default plants. Okay, so I know I just said that the best way to use the cheese tactics is for default plant, but I also like using it in electrical. So I've set up a bunch on one side. I put 1 inside archives, and you're gonna need somebody with like either beepers or a camera so that you know when they're in that spot. Barricade the window, hit it twice, barricade the door. Now when somebody comes into electrical, either they're gonna go and hit a beeper and then you'll know they're in the doorway, or if you put a camera inside there, then you'll know that they're in that doorway and somebody can tell you, or you can do it yourself. I just barricade myself in here, and when the beeper goes off or when the camera shows you that someone's in that doorway, all you gotta do is smack it 1 time, it breaks, and they get hit with the beams. Okay, now these aren't quite as nice, but they're still kind of fun. There's a big old hole here, but you're not going to need this big old hole, and it's being blocked by this shield. And as you probably know already, if at any point stand on a shield, it breaks. So we got 1 behind this little, I don't know, shelf. It's pretty hard to see, especially if you're just coming down, you're looking at the door. You're not going to see that. And it covers quite a bit of room here. Again, you're not going to have this big old hole. You're just going to have enough so that the beam goes through. You're probably going to need maybe a beeper at the bottom of the stairs, or like a vault camera inside that hallway. So like just right underneath that second line. Yeah, so if you just made a line of holes just underneath that second line, you should have enough space for the beams to go across to the stairs. Okay, this next one's not as tricky, but I like it. I've got these vision blockers in front of those 6 prisms. I got 1 prism on the end over here with a vision blocker here. Kind of a distraction, kind of less noticeable if there's just 1 thing on the ground, like the prism. If there was just a 1 prism and there's a drone that comes up, it might notice it. But if it's got vision blockers, then maybe they won't notice it. But anyways, you're kind of in this hallway. You'll shoot these 2 out. It'll make a laser, and if somebody is on the way up the stairs, they'll get hit. And if you don't time it right and if they aren't there yet, that's fine too. Now what are they gonna do? They're just not gonna be able to get up. I've had enemies who are ADSing at the elevator, and when I shoot those, they don't even notice the beams coming across their feet because they're ADSing. This next one is fun. This is pretty common to have these feet holes here. I like to shoot up this little side shelf a little bit, It's pretty common as well to come over here and look through these drone holes to see if you can see anybody at the rotate, because there is usually a rotate there. But I've got prism here and vision blocker here. The vision blocker is going to block the laser from forming. Honestly, I like this one because they kill themselves. So yeah, normally they're looking to the right. They're not looking for anything on the left. They might have drone first, but it's still pretty hard to see anyways. But so they're looking on the right. They're gonna come and check the drone hole. They're gonna go prone. You can't see it, so they're gonna scoot over to the left. They can see it now, and when they shoot it, they kill themselves because the prism comes up, or the lasers come up. Put vision blockers up so that I can hide over here later. Six of them. And then one outside on the tree. If you use this back line to tell you where to throw it along the tree, that'll be useful. You shoot that duffel bag, it makes the lines. If you listen for the rappel in and then shoot it, you're 50-50. They're either going to come in through that window or the other window. And even if they came in through the other window, sometimes they'll back into it. Or they're forced to come forward because they can't go to the left. And then sometimes too, they smoke it first and then they come through, and so they don't even see the laser beams. Generally, you would come in here, open this wall, plant right up against this shelf after smoking. Sometimes you run in and plant it by the desk. You get decent coverage from here. And so this is where I'm deciding to put the plant denial. Now, they will be able to actually get it off because it's going to go over their head. So in a 1v1, if they go for this plant, then after they plant, they'll be killed. You're likely going to get a kill from the planter standing back up. And then you'll only have to worry about retaking from either one or two guys. Hopefully it's not 3 guys, 4 guys. Hopefully you're not in a 1v5 situation. But yeah, that should be able to take out 1 guy. This next one involves quite a bit of luck. As you can see, you're putting it on the pillar on the other side of the breach wall. Once they have this breach, again, if they try to go for the plant right up against the wall, this is what this tactic is for. You're kind of hoping that they don't see the line of prisms on the pillar. There's a few things that you can probably do to maybe distract them from seeing it. You can put barbed wire there. Once they smack it, maybe they won't look in that exact direction anymore. I do like to use these vision blockers here. One, so that the attackers don't see me from me being further inside the site. 2, because it kind of gives you a marker of where you want to throw the prism that's going to create the beams. So I would play over on this side. I might even tuck myself here. Having some ADSs would be nice. Just so if they find out that you're here, they don't just chuck a grenade at you or flashbang you and then rush you or something. Anyways, if you hear the plant going off, you don't have to reveal yourself too much. You could just throw this and it'll cause the beam to come out and kill the planter.